1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Obina Denea. This is the first episode of FAX TAX, and I'm here with a few of my friends and family. My name is Obina again. Yours is?
Toby.
Rich.
CJ.
Again, Rich or Ricardo.
Tungi.
And Carl.
Yeah, that's everyone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the topics we're here to talk about, so we basically want to talk about things that you're gonna relate to, and you're gonna enjoy listening to, right? Hopefully, yeah. I think you will. I think you're gonna get a taste for this, and you're gonna come back for more in it. So yeah, I'm gonna jump straight into it, guys. University life. Back in uni, things were interesting, right?
Yeah.
But we all went to different universities. We all had different experiences, even though we went to the same universities. So.
Just to preface, I think we're all out at least 2 years.
Out. Yeah. Has it been 2 years for everyone?
I don't know, man. Time
Yeah.
Shit, yo, time's flying, bro. We're in prison for how long? We're in prison for 5 years. Now we're out.
We're old as shit.
Academic prison, bro.
Yeah, we're aging. But yeah, referring back to universities. York University was where I went to school. Everyone else can just quickly say where they went. You start with Toby.
Most of us went to York. I went to York.
I went to York as well, but I also went to Queens for grad school.
For the masters.
That was even more jail time. It's like when they throw you into solitary confinement. You know what I mean? You already get 25, they put you in solitary. But yeah, I think everyone else went to York.
Everyone else?
Who else is different?
I went to Fairleigh Dickinson,
Oh, God.
That's famous.
Hey, we were in the NCAA tournament, my G. What you talking about?
Oh, yeah, wait. What division?
Jersey City. Huh?
What division?
And then we went to D1, and but then obviously we went sick. But then we went on a run the 1 year. I think it was 2015. And then actually, obviously we don't go far, but you know what I mean. We entered the set. I don't think York. We got some York ballers. I don't know how that was. I don't know.
Presents.
I swear.
That's a dish right there.
I swear. But hey, D2 schools. We used to beat some D2 schools. So
yeah.
If you guys were D2, you guys probably got to work as well.
Jeez. Guys, I left my hooping days. I would have been a hooper if it wasn't for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would have been in the league. I would have been in the league.
If you were 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot. Don't try disrespect me. Don't try disrespect my set.
But yeah, let's try and contrast though.
Apart from academics, which y'all didn't come here to listen to that shit, let's talk about the parties that our universities had and how shit went down, the dynamics. You know what I'm saying? The girls, Frush, being an athlete in uni. What's your take on that? In you having gone to 2 different schools, how would you compare York to Queens?
I would say York is a big commuter school. Obviously there's the teasing and there's the foolery that goes around that if you can eat with a fork, you can go to York, that kind of stuff.
Oh shit! That's
deep. That's deep.
Wow.
After the chances were okay, where do I go? But it was a big commuter school that no one was really sticking around. Versus when I went to Queens, everyone sticks around. Do you know what I mean? It's
so the parties are way more lit. Though.
Yeah. So it's like community school versus commuter school.
Would you say they're way more lit, or you see the same people every single time you go out?
Nah,
is that more lit for you than
no, because
seeing different people.
Because you can go down the street and you can get a completely new vibe. Versus if you're in the village, you kind of have the same flavor all around. You know what I mean?
If you go to Moda.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. You can get the Africans that will have, maybe the Afrobeat party or something like that. You play some fela. Yeah. But when you go to Queens, you still get a lot more diversity.
That's a cap. That's cap. Yeah, that's cap. That's cap. Yeah, no one is playing.
No one's playing. I'm saying Afro vibes. Is
that what they play in Queens?
Afro vibes.
Yeah, Queens.
No,
all places.
But they have a black community though, right? So obviously you won't see a lot of them. They might throw 1 or 2 in a week or on a weekend, and then you go across the street, you see people playing country. You know, you have the 3 or 4 bars in the city, and you
And
know
obviously,
it's
like,
always gonna be packed. You know, you have homecoming is crazy in the streets.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, people stay after class and they grab drinks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you guys started doing that at Shopsies at York.
Yeah, we're the pioneers, by the way. We started that shit like anyone can tell you. If anyone asks like who started Shopsies,
Couple of black guys.
legit our picture should be there on the wall. Just us. Legit, we should just be there. But yeah, like that's it about that. Like, does anyone want to talk about like the?
Didn't we go to
policy?
Queens?
Yeah, we did go for
We had an
Queens.
experience at Queens.
Yeah, I'm not going back.
No.
I had a good
What was that experience?
I had a good experience at
Wait,
Queens.
what was that
I'm not
experience?
going back.
I had a
Tell
good
us,
experience.
tell us what happened.
No,
What happened?
let him say first.
Bro, that trip cost me $3,000.
Okay, wait,
Okay,
tell us.
okay. Let CJ start off with what he's
Anyways,
saying first.
Queens?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I mean, it was pleasant enough. We went down for St. Patrick's. Was
Yeah,
it?
we did.
We went down for St.
Was
Patrick's.
it-
A few of us.
Yeah.
We went out to a couple of the night parties there, and the vibes were okay.
Bro, how long did it take us to get into one club? It was like almost an hour.
Probably an hour.
We had to even wait in another bar.
Yeah.
It was freezing.
Yeah.
It was like
Why did it
was
take so
mad
long?
cold. Because the city has like is very small.
Like
the
I said,
downtown-
3 or 4.
that's
It's
the
probably
only-
stages.
Yeah, they're called it's called stages.
Yeah,
They usually have like 3 clubs and they're
Yeah.
right next to each other.
Right next to each other, yeah.
And like the lineups were insane.
Yeah, they were nuts.
Finally got in, like we partied for a bit. I lost my fucking watch.
How do you lose your watch?
Oh, it fell off my wrist.
Loses everything when he's drunk.
That's a watch and a
It
half.
fell off
Was
my
it a chain
wrist.
watch?
Bro, it was Movado.
What are they?
How did you lose a buckle watch?
Movado. Bruh, ask me again.
There's
Ask me-
Movado makes watches now?
No,
not-
Like, that said it's so special.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
It's like such a special watch, man.
Bro,
Like, yeah, nah.
that's one reason why I'm not going back there. Like, I'm just salty. I lost my watch. One other time I was coming down Kingston to see this guy, and I got a speeding ticket. Like,
A big one.
Stunt drive.
Stunt drive, the biggest one you can get. And bro, the guy came in. The guy said, "Sir, you realize you're going some over." I'm like, me? I hit him with a shama. I was not, bruh. Like, and the guy was like, "Your ticket's gonna be within the range of 2.5 to 10K." I said, "I'm finished." I said, "That's the end." And the guy told me to get out of the car. He told my whip.
Yeah,
We had to chill.
we were trying to beg the man. The guy said,
Bruh,
"Hold up,
I said-
please. Don't beg me."
Oh!
Don't beg me.
I think low key that
Get
guy's
out the car.
racist.
He was listening to us,
Nah,
like,
it's bro,
he
I
was talking
begged
to us, we were talking
I
to
said,
him back,
"Yo."
he was being nice and shit. Then when we started begging, he said, "Don't beg me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't beg me. Get out the car. Get out the car."
Well, maybe.
Yeah, the tow truck's coming.
You could tell he was probably like bent up on
straight
home.
racist.
But where were you racing though?
I was
Like not even allowing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Not
racing
allowing.
anyone. I wasn't racing. I was driving normally. Then this nigga on my side was like, "Yo, do it for the snap." I'm not gonna expose the guy that told me that.
It's a short man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna expose the one that told me to do that. He told me to do it for the snap. I'm like,
Like what?
why not?
Speed it up? Like,
Yeah, because it was
snap.
snapping. You know, those days guys love snapping while they're driving. So and you know, it used to show like the speed, like the speedometer. On
On the
yeah. So the
snap.
guy wants to show that he's racing. So I'll hit him like 158, 150 something, and the next thing I hear is the sirens.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, because I think I just got stopped like not too long ago before my birthday, like the week before.
Did the man that said do it for the snap, did he contribute? to the
For a bit, like he actually helped.
Oh yeah, I'll pay the
Help what?
He helped me split the lawyer fees. Then
Oh,
he helped,
okay,
then
nice.
helped me pay my monthly fee for a bit, not for too long. But I paid the rest.
That's a good youth. That's a good youth.
So like that's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why.
That
Yeah.
gets a clap. That gets a
Shout out
Shout out Jacob, man. Yeah.
Up in Vancouver. Oh, I still dropped the name. Like,
You already dropped it basically when you said what you said.
I know I said
Man,
short man.
man, short man.
Come on, yo, come on. That's not.
I don't know too many
short
short
man.
mans out here,
Oh,
bro.
we don't have to keep on mentioning the man is short.
All right, so
Anyways, yeah. So
that's
that.
that can't be linked towards Kingston or Queens though.
No, I'm not.
Or-
Just for me.
or
This
ra-
is
or
a personal
racism.
experience.
It sounds like victimization.
Okay, let me give you guys a story. A week before we went down to Queens, I was driving my white guys. We're going for a rugby tournament.
My white guys.
This guy was doing at least 165, and we were smoking weed in the car.
Oh my god.
Oh,
We
this
get
is
pulled over. He chats to the police officer. I wasn't really listening like that. All I know is the guy got a 10 over speeding limit on 100 when he was doing 160, and the car obviously smelled like weed. And it was just a couple of white guys in the front, and we were left to go the same highway, the same
Were you
exact
inside the
highway.
car?
I was in the car. You were at the back.
The guy, they
I'm
probably
not-
thought that they were kidnapping a black guy. Guys like, yes, you guys go ahead.
I'm not
Nah, it's
gonna
not that
lie.
deep.
Yeah, like you guys got it harsh. You guys got it harsh because I was traveling to Montreal with a couple of my friends as well in my second year or something like that.
All black guys, right?
It was most of us black guys. Like I could tell you, it was the driver was black, the
Okay.
passenger was black.
It's done.
There was a guy that was beside me that was black. Not dropped.
You guys are just
I
looking
was
for.
the
At
black
that point,
guy.
you guys are looking for
There was a
trouble.
fifth black
At
guy.
that point, yeah, you guys are
now,
looking for
now,
trouble.
mind you, it's a 7-seater, so we have our roommate, right?
Was
Who
your- were your-
was a
were your-
Lebanese guy, so we look kind of white. His
He
sister-
doesn't count.
Yeah. But we had those two, but they were in the
No,
backpack.
he's an A-rap.
So this,
He count too.
so no, this smoke, there's weed in the car. There's M in the car as well.
When your windows
There's one of the
tinted?
guys. No, it was a rental. It was a rental. So we rented it for the weekend.
So the rims weren't blacked out, the windows went
No,
tinted.
no. It was a rental. It was a Ford Explorer or something like that. And there was M. There was weed. There was because one of them was like in it, right?
Oh yeah.
So he's doing like 160, 170, right?
Come
This
again.
this is a nighttime. This is when it's dark.
Bro, if
So
I'm
we
in the
get
whip
pulled-
and the nigga's doing 170.
And everything, and you know
My
what? We
eyes
got
like-
open
Bro,
bottles
that's what
in
you
the
were
car as
doing,
well,
Right?
right?
Nah, I was doing 158.
So
To be
we get
exact.
pulled over to the side, and then he comes to the front, and he's just like, "Do you know how fast you were going?" He's just like, "Cause so the driver is a stutterer, right? So he stammers, he's like, I'm not trying to roast, but he's just like, I can't remember. I don't know what it's doing." So it sounded like he was nervous. So I'm like, "We're going to jail, dog. We're going to jail." So he goes, "Okay, so who has the weed?"
Oh,
Just right away, because like I said, we smoking, we got bottles and all that kind of stuff.
You're
The guy
smoking
that
in the
had
car.
Everything was just like, yo, before we stop, he's like, don't say anything. He's not allowed to search. If you don't say you smell or see anything or know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So the driver kept his cool. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
It's not the
He's
first
like-
time.
Yes,
Yes.
It's not the first
Because
time.
he used to do 419, you know what I mean? So he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. So he's just like, all right,
Wait,
let me talk to you outside the
Is
car.
an African?
I don't think so. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you.
There's other princes in the world, not just Nigeria.
No. I'm not gonna expose.
Hey,
but
respect to my
he
Nigerian
used to do
brothers,
the
man.
credit card stuff. He used to work at a foot store and it would like swipe the
Scam
card.
it.
Yeah, exactly. But so he steps out the car, and then we're just like we're panicking, and the sister of my roommate was like she's trying to apply to law school. Right? So she's just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna mess me up. I'm gonna get in jail.
It's not though, like.
So she's like,
not involved.
she's basically trying to say like, can someone who has the drugs just say that they have the drugs?
Is she
The-
serious?
The drug dealer's just like, yo, calm down, calm down. And the guy comes back. He's just like, okay, since none of you guys can smell anything, and none of you guys, admit to anything, can I just ask who has the open container? I can see it right there. It's like,
Open
it's
container. what?
empty.
Yeah.
And he's like, can you bring it up to the... No. He refused.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to... Like, they
they're
can...
not allowed to come.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not allowed to do anything. I was like, yo, what the heck is going on? This is like an episode of Twilight.
Yeah.
I really thought it would be like, yo, get out the car, get on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he really followed the rules. And then he just came back with a 49 and over ticket.
That's it.
So no impound, no nothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
And
Those are still
we were
driving,
allowed
yeah.
to go.
the driver went with the police guy to his whip.
Yeah, he tried to break him down.
Something.
No.
happened
So
there.
he came back to the car. He's just like, yeah, he was really trying to get me to, snitch on who has the weed, right? And I didn't break.
This guy's trying to play good cop. Man.
So yeah, he came back. I was like, wow. Me, I was my second year. I was a good youth. I was a good youth. But I smoked and like it was like, oh my gosh.
Holy shit.
But yeah, like that's the thing. Like if you're going out north, you guys, and obviously you're black, you just gotta be careful, innit? Because not too many of us out there.
But you didn't escape though.
Yeah, I got hit, man. I know. The funny thing is, I'm not a lucky guy when it comes to the cops. I've been stopped 3 times.
And that's a good
If
thing.
you go
3
beyond
times.
the,
That's more than a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
That's actually mad,
I
bro.
would stop. Yeah.
if you go beyond the wall, they're just white walkers.
Whoa, that's a deep one.
That's deep.
That's a deep ass.
That did not come from. We don't condone such.
deep ass.
No, we had a racist story at Queens. Were you? Oh yeah, no, yeah. Me, you, and G and Tristan. But me and Tristan walked into the shop. So basically, what happened was we going into a convenience store, or no, not a convenience store, like a restaurant. So we're in Queens. We're walking in Queens on the Kingston Strip. Yeah. We walk into yes, you remember now. So a couple of us, so me, Obina, and another one of our friends who's in here, Tristan, we walk into, or me and Tristan specifically walk into a restaurant. It looks like a little side restaurant, a little side gig. And there was like a bunch of like older white ladies behind the counter. Yeah. So we walk up towards the counter to have a look at the menu. And the ladies are in the back, like the white ladies or whatever, maybe Asian, probably white, I think it's white. White ladies in the back just cooking, chefing it up. Yeah. And they were away from the counter. So we're at the counter looking at the menu. So one of the ladies comes up towards the counter, has a look at us. There's like a tip jar at the front. So she takes the tip jar, empties the tip jar, and puts it behind her stash in the pocket, kind of away from us. Puts an empty tip jar back on the table, on the counter, and says to us, "I can help you guys." So we just look at her, we look at each other, look at the menu, just
bounce. We even talk to her. That's the next thing.
That's different.
What's the next thing?
No, maybe she was making space for you guys.
That's what I was thinking.
That's the other way, right? It's like, oh, we get the ball, that's all shit.
I've seen the coat you wear. She's like, yo, this man.
Some ballers just walked in. Oh shit!
Let me
Like rappers chained up and everything.
Like I've never seen niggas in Kingston.
Oh, could have been racist.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like that's about. Does anyone talk more about uni life?
So racist.
Well, yeah, back to uni though. Talk about uni right now.
We all did frosh or what?
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to talk about. He didn't do fresh though. You guys didn't do fresh in uni.
What's your school called again?
We had frost.
Yeah. Repeat that name.
Fleming. I think it's called like
Fleming Way College.
Yeah.
Flaming Mother Teresa, something.
Flamboyant.
What was the
FL, man.
What's the X-Men Academy called again?
Yo, that's what it's called, yo. X-Men.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. You know when a guy thinks too deep? I swear I thought it was a name today. I don't smoke, nigga. Let's be clear, I don't smoke.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's actually
Just saying I don't smoke.
it's actually Professor Xavier,
Yeah.
Academy. I was just trying
But
so
You guys can.
what was the entry requirements to York again?
Yo.
What did you say? What did you call it?
Which one?
Anyone with the stencil?
Anyone with a stencil.
Funny guy.
Funny guy.
I'm a funny guy.
Yeah.
But how did you get into your university? Your Zim degree?
No, you gotta have grade like
From
Cambridge A levels. Yeah.
Oh, A levels.
Yeah, so
that's what you
gotta
did.
do Cambridge A levels. You know what I'm saying?
They take A levels in Canada.
Yeah.
So then that's why they take
CIC was kind of like that.
Like the states, they do SATs, right? And then.
Oh yeah, tell us. CIC they take A levels. So I want to know which university takes A levels.
No, you
But
can
listen,
take
mine's in
any
a-
university.
Yeah, any university takes A levels, fam.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
How did you get into university? The man just had a
Oh,
stencil.
my
and a
grades.
phone.
My high school grades.
Yeah, buy one, get one.
Any extra shit.
Buy one, get one free.
Oh, shut
That's
the
deep.
fuck up.
That's deep. For anyone who doesn't get what they're referring to, that's my brother they're talking about. But yeah, let's switch up topics. Now I'm gonna flip it up. I'm gonna talk about something more general, something that we've all like had a taste of and still having a taste of. The Toronto nightlife.
The streets.
The streets ain't safe, especially because of Corona. But we'll get to that. But yeah, like, how have you guys' experiences with Toronto been? Let's leave that one. Let's talk about that one.
Alright, who's going, bro?
Who's gonna start?
No, going on like you guys are
I
not
think
streets.
the bar rangers, I think, should start.
Ah, yeah.
And then have traveled many a mile.
Deep in the streets.
Many a mile.
Alright, so
Let the dirtiest guy start.
So Sungi start.
No, it's only my third day out here, man.
I
just moved from Vancouver. I just moved from Vancouver.
You've only been here for months, yeah. I think you've gone out more than
yes,
some
no,
niggas.
but that's the thing. right? I think-
Sungi is covering the part of caps. That's his.
But yeah, this guy. Man.
Well, we're talking about Toronto nightlife or like university nightlife?
It's all the same.
Toronto nightlife.
York is in Toronto, no?
Well, you're saying it's like
It's the same thing. I think.
Yeah.
No, okay,
Yeah.
see, university nightlife, we're just talking about like the shit that goes on in uni. But when we talk about Toronto nightlife, now you graduated, you left uni, and you would go out on your own DT or you go somewhere to an event. Like, what were your experiences with the chicks, the clubs? Like, what club did you find was dope or not? How did they receive you? Like, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
I can start here because then with me, so for me, my campus, so my uni is in New Jersey, but I went to the Vancouver campus, right? And then with that, the campus is like downtown. So for me, I guess it's the same thing.
Wait, I don't think Sungi got.
No, so I'm trying to finish. Sorry.
Yo, tell us about St. Catherine's.
My nightlife.
What's it called again? Repeat the name of the school.
We've been going out to the clubs, and there was no like uni part. Like,
By the way, you guys have to get used to Sungi's backstories. They're dope. You have to listen
Like,
to the backstory before you get to the.
So yeah, okay.
So can you use names
Listen,
when you're talking about university?
Listen.
Such distinction.
Let the man finish.
Can I finish? My campus was downtown, so for us it was like a unique experience of like you're already in the city nightlife, right? You're not going to campus parties because it's a metropolitan campus, right?
Yeah.
But it's like in the downtown central, so it's not like the house parties or like campuses where it's like boarding houses and stuff like that. Everyone was already living downtown because the school is downtown, and we're just straight up hitting the clubs. But then all the clubs, like the downtown ones, you knew which were like the student ones, you knew which ones are like student nights, and then still, even after people graduated, you still find certain man them that are still going to the student like clubs and stuff like
What's
that.
the
So it's like,
demographic down there?
in terms of what? Age, race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly white. It's mostly
I would say
white.
race.
It's mostly white. They are obviously black pockets and like African pockets and stuff like that, but it's more so white.
Yeah.
Definitely less black people than here. It is a diverse city, but it's black people are still the minority. So it's a lot of like still Asians, Indians, but black people are still like varies. Yes.
You had a taste of both worlds. Which one would you say you prefer?
I think it depends, man. It depends what stage you're at in your career and life and what you're looking for. It's a very slower paced city. It's a very like limited in terms of like options. Like we've done the circuit. I'm sure I've hit like most of the popping clubs in Vancouver. I hit them, and like me and my friends and like people I always meet. It's like people usually do move from Vancouver because obviously it gets repetitive. It's the same thing, or you want new stuff.
Toronto can also get repetitive.
Toronto, there's like new, but the thing is with
No,
Toronto,
you
it's
can't
bigger.
go everywhere.
Toronto's like a bigger city, and it's like way more population wise and option wise.
You
right?
can't go everywhere.
Toronto
You
and
try.
that's more diverse than Vancouver. Like
For
you
sure,
can have like
for
a
sure.
Caribbean party, you can go
Exactly,
to,
there's
like, a
Caribbean
Spanish party.
parties. They usually will know like that plays consistent like Afro beats or like dance hall, right? Like you'll have like a special night once every 2 months at a club where someone or a DJ's trying to push it.
So there's no wines.
Oh no, but there's wine. You can wine to
what?
fucking Billy
Taylor
Ray
Swift.
Cyrus. Yeah, you know if the wine is trying to catch a bubble. If you're trying to catch a bubble,
If she's dope, you have to make it work.
But no, they still hip hop. Like hip hop now, especially now with hip hop being like one of like the popular genre in the world, right? It's like every white people know hip hop. They know all the popping tracks, so you still catch your wines, but you have to lead it. That's a true thing.
Yeah, you have to control
lead it,
that.
You have to control it.
I want to ask
With
you one
most
more
people.
thing though.
Yeah.
The Asians, do they fuck with you in Vancouver?
They actually do. Like they actually do. At that point, most of them are obviously. It's not like South Koreans where it's like they're like restricted. Like it's not like there's no democracy and stuff like that.
South
Most of the
No, no.
sorry, no,
Yeah, I
my
was
bad.
like, yo,
My bad. I meant north.
Geopolitics went wrong.
Yeah, north. My bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nigga was dissing you on that. Tell us.
What's the requirements for St. Catherine? What's it called?
Hey, respect me.
What's it called? No, Jefferson.
I can't remember. Something called
Something around
Francis Jefferson.
All I know is 2 names and that's it.
It could be Babatunde University.
But no, I think it's the same for everyone. How even for us, it's like when you leave your own environment or your country, you're just curious, right? You're curious to try different things. You're curious to know other cultures.
Try what, sir?
Know other cultures.
What are you
see
trying?
different
What is the different
perspectives,
thing you're trying?
See different, different way of living, right? So just like it's the same for everyone as well. They've moved to Vancouver just to see a different perspective. So everyone's mostly open. They're those ones that move with like their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and like they just like stay in that bubble because you can't stay in a bubble, right? If I wanted to just hang out with the African Zimmans that I are from my country, I could.
So you're cool with like the Asians, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I had a bunch of friends of every race, and and everyone's open to just hanging out, partying. Like,
I'll ask you a deep question. You been Asian before?
yes,
How was that?
it's great.
Oh, it's all good.
That's all you're gonna give us? It was great.
Yes. I think once you have that emotional connection with someone, right? It's everything. It's always gonna be.
I just want to point something out. You don't have an emotional connection with everyone.
No, I'm saying with someone you've been. Oh, you just sleeping around? Or?
No, I'm not saying that.
The guy was like, quick, no.
I'm going back.
Yo, like, bro.
No, but yeah.
So you have emotional connection in your one night stands?
What is a one night stand? Officer Toby. What is a one night stand?
Oh shit!
What is a one night stand?
I know you're a church boy like that. Fucking guy.
Alright. Yeah, that's dope, man, to see the comparisons between like Vancouver and Toronto.
Seems like a nice place.
Let me
A must visit place, man.
But like, I'm sure like you came into the city like
Hot. I came in
fresh.
hot.
You came in hot in the summer, and it was already hot when you entered.
Yeah,
Konji was here.
hot.
It was,
Straight to Coty. In fact, you didn't even unpack. You just dropped your bag, went straight to Coty.
So from what I've gathered, you knew all 10 people at university.
That's what John Hopkins.
Okay, and you couldn't know everyone in your university, man, because it's like the whole city went to yours. So it's like,
11
what's the
you,
point?
all 11 of
So
you.
you'd rather go to a uni where anyone can just go in, and it's like
The size of a uni.
No, that's
Bruh.
a joke. Like,
What do you mean? The uni is like 60,000 people.
there's different programs, bro. You know that, right?
I know,
And it's not
like,
easy to get into
but
every
it's
single
like
program.
60,000 people.
Yeah, but the size of
it's a big campus.
Bro, they're all studying business and society.
Yeah, so the city, so you might as well just go downtown.
Yeah, but look,
Oh god.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So like,
because if you have 11 students in a school
yeah.
and you have 60,000 means you're successful. The
Yeah.
university's
You
big.
know, Philly, because it's probably bigger.
I might cut you short though, but like, yeah, like still like.
It's probably bigger than.
Yeah, the comparison is dope. So the nightlife we can see obviously in Toronto is dope. Some of us are single, some of us are not. What is your view on relationships, like in Toronto especially? Like, I'm sure all of you have had like some taste of it, whether you've been in it or not. Like, what's your view on like relationships? You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I guess the relationship in general, or
yeah.
relationship in general, 'cause-
Based on your experience, like I'm sure everyone has had a taste in Canada of
Yeah,
what a
Canada,
relationship
yeah,
is. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
what's your like? Do you think the way Canada's like environment is, a relationship here would be the same as it would be where you were like back home? Although you're getting a relationship with people who are they're different, right? Who grew up in different like with different backgrounds and stuff like that. So I don't know if anyone like who wants to talk about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know guys in relationships. Like, guys are tight, yo. Guys, there's heat here, but like, yeah.
Well, I can start.
Yeah,
I'll say,
Good man.
for me, I'll just say, I think it's better here in the sense of, obviously, if you're back home, I think most of us, our parents are not here, right? Or not most of us, but some of us, or most international students, your parents are like back home. So it's like better because you have that freedom of like, you're spending your time with just work and then your girl, right? You don't have to. I know certain mans, because of just how serious their parents take relationship and stuff back home. When you're back home, you're like fucking in the car. You know what I mean? Like, you can't like bring it in the house still, or you can't go into the girl's
Some
house.
niggas will not even fucking,
Like,
bruv.
yeah, okay, true. But then it's one of those where it's like you have your freedom, you're independent, yeah. You can have the choice of whatever you want, whoever you want, and it's not. Like in terms of
It
no.
sounds like you're
Bruh,
standing.
you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I'm
you
saying
said-
there's no pressure like from your family is what I mean. Like you can just do what you want, go on dates, like you know what I mean. Like there's no pressure from society to be like, oh, this guy was just on a date with this chick, or this guy just on a date with this chick, or it's like
But-
you know what I mean. You know how like word goes around in terms of like back home. How everyone's-
It depends. See, you can come here too, and that will still happen.
No, but then yeah, it's like I don't give no.
No, but that depends on
you
the.
go.
Is it because you're in Canada or because you're just away from your parents?
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it'll be
So
easier.
If your
Yeah.
parents were here and you were dating, and
Yeah.
maybe in Zimbabwe, you feel the same, right?
That's what I'm saying. So I think if you're an international student or if you moved and your family has stayed, it'll be better.
Let's check the parents. How would it be different? If
They know parents,
Yeah.
I think, I guess I can just speak obviously for Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
I speak for Zimbabwe
Yeah.
in the sense of there's more options, there's cooler shit to do. Like you can do different things.
Can you
Like, you're not limited to specific spots that are dope.
Compared
like,
to Toronto?
Compared to Toronto, like it's better here than
There's
back
no
home.
nightlife in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
There's only
They go
a
clubbing.
life.
They go clubbing during the day because no electricity at
Tough
night.
times never last.
Only tough people last.
Guys who don't know, Zimbabwe is one of the wealthy countries.
I mean, they should.
This
be,
guy's
yeah,
taking
man.
a piss, man. You can't lie and say that. But you know, we got
I'm
one.
not trying to die. Y'all been dying. Yeah, shout out to them. It's my people, bro. I know about y'all.
We got wealthy niggas from Zim still, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas,
All the niggas we know, all my guys are ballers. Just so you know. But yeah, like,
Wait.
who else has an experience with this? No one wants to talk about relationships.
It's a touchy topic, man.
Your
No,
relationship.
no. Listen, like,
No,
we're
your
here to talk.
your conversation
We're here for
is
content.
what do you think about relationships compared to Toronto
Like, your
nightlife?
experience, your own personal experience. You know what I'm saying? It has to be personal. Like where it's coming from has to be deep down.
All right, let me.
You talk your shit. No, that's talk your shit, nigga. Deep down, you talk your shit.
Hold on,
man.
let me
Come
ask
on,
you a
man.
question. How do you guys feel about
Flip the shit on me.
listen, how do you guys feel about as young black niggas, how do you guys feel about the diversity in the relationships in Toronto or in your own personal
I
relationship?
feel. Let me just put something out there. I feel like some.
Interracial?
Interracial?
Yeah, let me put something out there. I feel like some of these chicks, bro, they either have one, what do you call it? One a fetish for black niggas. Two, they just want mixed race babies. And three, they just like it's not always genuine with a lot of them. And the funny thing is because of the media. Oh, this has nothing to do with personal experiences, by the way. Yeah. So
It's
no,
not a personal.
hey, yo,
You said it was deep down.
this guy started with I feel like. I'm a student of the game, bro. Like
A student of the game.
Keyword is student.
What?
You're still
Exactly.
learning.
I'm not a master. I'm like guys, like someone over.
No, I'm no one's daddy.
All right, let me add on something
You've
real
been
quick.
to that shit.
So in terms of Toronto, growing up here as like a young black youth, like bro, all of us, like I feel like we're okay. We're accepting.
Well, your
everything.
experience is different
What's your
from
favorite?
ours.
No, let him say.
What
Let
are
me say
you
his.
talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's
Yeah.
It's different in one sense.
That's it. But
Because okay, so now
Hold on.
Let him look.
Yeah.
He asked me a question though. He asked me a question.
Regardless of whether I grew up here or I'm an international student, all of us in this room, I'm pretty sure we can all agree in a
experience same
relationship
shit,
sense
yeah.
and what girls are attracted to us. We can all relate in the same sense.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
Where in Toronto, in the heart of Toronto, they could be white, Asian, gray, brown. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they all look. Like they all like. There's kind of an aura about black guys. Like right now.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Black guys
Where-
are hot right now.
Why is that? Why is that?
because I packed that thing.
Like you said,
Packed
no, a lot of
that thing.
listen, a lot of that, like you said, is because of the media.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like a lot of non-blacks, they like our food, they like our music. Whether it's the Caribbean side of the music, whether it's the dancehall, the reggae, or the Afro. Afrobeats now
Foodie
is cool.
culture.
Afrobeats
Culture,
now.
boy, that album is
Afrobeats is
Foodie
growing,
culture.
But it's different because in the heart of Toronto, like you feel embraced by all these women, and not necessarily women, but people will accept you. People will accept black youth. But you go to places like shout out Kingston, Queens.
Alright,
You
shit,
go
man.
there, you're not feeling the love too tough. It's not quite the same. So in the heart of Toronto, it's cool. And York University, pretty much where a lot of us went to school. Being at York, we felt that same. York was a great campus because there's a lot of diversity. You got so many different colors and and
Wow,
races,
man.
multicultural.
That's
crazy.
why York is a good uni.
And
Yo, I the only part I disagree is thinking that people want to be with black people because we're cool or the media. It's just they're getting to learn more about our culture
They didn't know before.
that they didn't know before, and they're just attracted to it. So
It's
you
accepted, yeah.
you can't just say
But
like
bro,
the
why
part I
is-
disagree
but bro,
with
why
is that
that?
they
Why
want to
is that?
have mixed race babies. No,
But bro, why is that? They see these things on TV.
that's just a result of the relationship.
They see some things on TV, they see some things on Twitter, and they see Kim with Kanye, they see all the fucking Kardashians with black men.
Yeah.
They see a lot of things that like
No, but
gravitate
even them,
to interracial
what got
relationships.
them to get a relationship with a black guy?
The
It's
fucking,
just that it's more socially accepted.
but who planned that? The mom is a fucking
It's
business
not necessarily
tycoon.
the mom. The
It's
mom
planned,
thought it was a good idea, whether she planned it or not. The reason why she thought, the thinking behind her thinking that, oh, this can work is because it's trending. And it's not trending because of anything else other than just people
But
now
you think the
learning
mom
more.
planned for
But
that?
see,
to
yo,
be
Just
some-
accepted more.
Some
I think
people,
the mom
The
planned
yo,
mom didn't plan it, no.
Yeah, you can't
I'm
plan
saying
that,
even
yeah.
if she planned it, why she would pick black guys just because everyone is just more educated now. It's just freedom.
True.
I'm
But
not
then
sure.
we would pick
And it's the
girls
same way
among-
why
but
it's the same way
it's-
black guys also you have to remember the other side of the equation.
Exactly.
Black guys are hunting hard for white girls because it's now also a thing. You know what I mean?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But I think it's small because we're also interested in them. Like
You know,
wanting to know.
It's
like I
also
said,
the same
you know,
though.
more
Yeah,
about- okay,
like,
this
it's
is
just
actually
it's
interesting.
not.
You know, my theory on that is just wanting what obviously you can't have. Back home, you had obviously most kind of, I don't know about Uganda because of Idi Amin, but I know they.
oh shit,
I
man.
know.
God damn.
I know they still white
UG,
people.
shout out.
And Zimbabwe and every other like southern, I know they still white people, right? But then back then there was still a sort of like racist element and
couldn't
sense of you couldn't do it, right? Like it wasn't accepted. Like if a white girl was to hook up with like a black dude back home in Africa, it would be like the parents wouldn't allow it or the son and stuff like that. So now obviously when people get the opportunity where there's white girls that want them, now they're like, oh, I've never gotten the chance to actually get that, so they want to try it, right? I don't know, obviously it's up to you personally what you prefer and what you want to do, but I guess that's an element of it, to just be like something like that wasn't socially acceptable back
It's
then.
just an
and then
extra.
now I
It's an
can.
extra option.
Yeah,
I
and then
agree
now
with
it's
you.
like, oh, I can actually try something different. Oh, okay.
I agree with you in terms of I've met some black people who strictly only date black girls, and when you ask them, you realize it's not just about personal choices. It's more about they're like, no man, like they find that it's like something different. Dating a white girl, dating like another type of race, Latina or Asian or any other type of girl. They just say no, it's just cause I'm just not used to that. You know what I mean? Usually it's guys who came straight from like on fresh off the board, but guys who came straight from like Africa the first time they just came in from university.
True.
So you're like, okay, you have to like go try the experience, date these white girls, date the Latina girls, and you get to know more about them, and then you'll be able to make your choice. But yeah, I agree with you on that one.
True.
But yeah, like that was just my opinion. I just said some. I didn't say all. Like so, like there's obviously there's that few like there's a group of girls. There's a group of certain people who fantasize and who are influenced by media. We all are, but some people are.
Yeah, I think also people shouldn't be naive. There's a couple white girls out there that just want to be with see the experience
Just
of
to,
being
because they hear from their
with the
friend
black
like,
guy.
yo,
They
it
would
was
never
so
they would
both.
never
They
see
wanna go try
themselves
it.
being in a long-term relationship
bro,
with a black
yeah.
person, and you should always be careful of those ones because they're just out for the
But how are you
experience.
supposed to know?
Yeah,
someone
you
can
don't know
fool you.
until it
How are you
happens to you.
supposed to know? Someone
Dating
can
in
fool
general
you,
is an
fam.
experience.
Yeah.
It's not-
It's a risk.
It's a risk,
It's
man.
a
Yeah,
constant
exactly.
risk
You just
every
gotta-
day.
yeah.
Being in a relationship is a risk, right?
Whether it's the same thing, not even dating, it's even having black friends.
So
Like
there's some
beyond
people
all
that
of that,
choose
it's
to-
You
just
think?
it's just part of life.
And
It's
then
just
we take it
exposing
as them
yourself.
being racist, but are they just being cautious? What is it? What is it there?
Just
It's
experience.
all about
It's
how you're
a,
raised.
it's a fine line. It's a fine line, but you can
tax.
you can clearly see.
Yeah, that's definitely plus tax on that one.
Yeah. All right. So we're done with the first segment.